Oh my god. No way. No freaking way, dude. There's no way. There's no freaking way. Oh, that meme is awesome. Oh, man. I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one. That's going in the miscellaneous folder. That's funny as hell. Shoot. Just... I'm happy that Bottas could come out of his shell, Max. It's really cool. He's fun. Dude, he's Kimmy tier. It's happening. It's happening slowly, but yeah, that guy's funny as hell. Oh my god. Alright, anyway, that's gonna do it for Minecraft, guys. Yeah, once again, if you want to keep leveling, please, that would be really helpful. I'm gonna take a break real quick, and we'll I'm gonna take a break real quick and we'll get into space news, man. Here, let me switch up the title. Science and Technology. And then EJ's Space and Rocket Review. Then we're gonna do some railroading and then GTA racing later tonight. Eat some chicken? Oh, okay. I'm now addicted to this game too. Yep. Cursed surface base time. It was a pain to get all this work. Alright, I will link that up. And then Adina Sign, I have your pictures. I see them there. I will lose my train of thought at the end of that sentence. I'll show them for the first thing in space news. Alright, I already got that. Somebody linked that yesterday, but I forget who linked that. You know what? We'll show that off too. Somebody linked some awesome archives for Atlas. Okay. And then that's what Nina want me to show. SPAC? Don't forget to grab the mail. Okay. John, I'm running a little bit behind schedule here. But, yeah, let me, let's see. What do we have from the National Archives here? Try to get us a quick one today. Aren't you always? Complicated business. You know what? You know what, John? Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing for the video. I'll be right back. Enjoy.
The moon, closest neighbor to Earth. Presently the focus of man's greatest scientific adventure. The first celestial body that will be explored by man. Landing men on the moon will be a truly great achievement, but only the beginning of a new era in space exploration. No one can predict the exact missions that will follow in the years and decades ahead. But the most exciting possibilities will require the acceleration and deceleration of very heavy loads, such as the maneuvering of large Earth-orbiting spacecraft. The transportation of large amounts of equipment and supplies to the lunar surface, and the sending of heavy spacecraft to the planets. Today's missions are being accomplished with rockets that burn chemical fuels. But chemical fuels are heavy, and the cost of putting each pound into Earth orbit is very high. Nuclear rockets, when perfected, can provide the same propulsion energy with less overall weight. They will expand our ability to explore space. This is the story. This is Saturn V, the most powerful launch vehicle being built by the United States. A three-stage rocket that will place the Apollo spacecraft in the vicinity of the moon. The total weight of Saturn V is about 6 million pounds. Its three stages have chemical engines that burn fuel to generate thrust. The first and second stages provide most of the energy needed to put the third stage and the payload, about 250,000 pounds, into Earth orbit. At present, only chemical rockets can provide the high thrust needed to do this job. The third stage accelerates the payload to the velocity needed to get it to its destination. Here, travel time and payload weight are determined by the efficiency with which the propellant is converted into thrust. By substituting a nuclear third stage for Saturn V, the velocity of a given payload can be greatly increased, cutting travel time for some missions in half. This is particularly important in sending deep space probes to Jupiter and beyond. Or if shortening travel time is not essential, propellant weight can be traded off for an increased payload weight. This is important for a lunar supply mission, Earth orbital operations, and some unmanned missions to the planets. Why is the nuclear rocket so much better than the chemical rocket? In rocket propulsion, exhaust velocity determines propulsion efficiency. At a given temperature, the lighter the exhaust gas, the higher the exhaust velocity. And the higher the exhaust velocity, the more thrust is generated for each pound of propellant consumed per second. The nuclear rocket merely heats hydrogen, the lightest element of all, and expels it at tremendous velocity. Chemical rockets burn fuel to produce exhaust gases that contain heavier elements. So at the same exhaust temperature, the exhaust velocity is much lower, and each pound consumed per second produces less thrust. Rocket efficiency is stated in seconds of specific impulse. This refers to the time in seconds that 1 pound of propellant will deliver 1 pound of thrust. The higher the seconds of specific impulse, the greater the propellant economy. Our best chemical rockets of today are limited to a specific impulse of about 450 seconds, and only slight improvement can be expected. On the other hand, full-scale nuclear reactor tests have achieved 800 seconds, and laboratory tests promise even more, perhaps as much as 900 seconds. This means the nuclear rocket with its lightweight, high-velocity exhaust, will use propellant about twice as efficiently as chemical rockets. This, then, is the principal advantage of nuclear propulsion.
It was at the AEC's Los Alamos Scientific Laboratory, high in the mountains of New Mexico, that the first steps were taken. Here, in the mid-1950s, scientists set about to determine if nuclear energy really could be used to provide rocket propulsion. Theoretical studies and early experimental work revealed many problems that would have to be solved. Problems in reactor design, material, radiation, structures, control, to name but a few. The nuclear rocket was found to be feasible. A series of experimental reactors was planned to convert theory into workable hardware. Optimum reactor designs were worked out by analysis. Prototypes were built. A comprehensive test program was started. These reactors, called Kiwi, were to be used to prove out design and operational concepts. They would be built only for ground testing. All Kiwi power tests took place at the Nuclear Rocket Development Station at Jackass Flats, Nevada. Here in the desert, scientists and engineers checked the actual performance at various power levels and for various time periods. Each experimental Kiwi reactor was received in sections, assembled and checked out in a special reactor maintenance, assembly, and disassembly building called simply RMAD. When the reactor was ready for testing, it was placed nozzle up on a special rail car and delivered to the test stand a mile or so away. This car could be controlled from a remote station. Liquid hydrogen from nearby storage tanks was pumped through the reactor. First tests were begun in 1959 and were run to the 100 megawatt level, about 1/10 of Kiwi's ultimate goal of 1,000 megawatts. Later tests, beginning in 1962, operated at the full 1,000 megawatts. Films of these early tests show the flaming torch on the test stand that burns off the hydrogen exhaust gas and prevents an explosion hazard to the test facilities. Upon completion of these tests, each reactor, by then radioactive, was transported by remote control back to the RMAD building for disassembly and inspection. Here, men working behind shielded walls used remote-controlled manipulators to remove the components for careful checking and analysis. Each test firing added information that helped scientists evaluate the reactor's performance and enabled them to make adjustments and corrections before the next reactor was assembled. But not all tests showed perfect performance. In this one, for example, the flashing in the exhaust gas indicated a structural breakup caused by excessive vibration. Extensive redesign and testing were needed to correct the flaw. And in this test, a hydrogen leak caused a fire on the test stand. Again, a correction was made. Each test brought the scientists a little closer to the performance they were seeking, until finally, in September 1964, the 8th Kiwi reactor was brought up to full power and held for 8 minutes. And a few weeks later, it was restarted and operated at full power for 2.5 minutes. Specific impulse, about 750 seconds. This concluded the Kiwi test series. It had proved that a nuclear reactor could be built that would power a spacecraft.
The next step already underway was to develop complete engine technology. This project was called NERVA, Nuclear Engine for Rocket Vehicle Applications. It was to be a combined industry-government effort headed by the Space Nuclear Propulsion Office, a joint NASA and Atomic Energy Commission activity. The principal contractors were to be Aerojet General Corporation and Westinghouse Astronuclear Laboratory. The NERVA technology reactor, given the letter designation NRX, was essentially the same as Kiwi, but now the contractors had to extend its lifetime and put it into an engine configuration. Here is how the nuclear rocket engine will work. The reactor is a solid core, heat exchange type, cylindrical in shape. Fission of uranium atoms in the core is the source of heat. A reflector made of beryllium surrounds the core. The core consists of many graphite elements impregnated with the uranium-235 fuel. The core contains a number of channels running down its length. Hydrogen passing through the channels picks up heat generated by the fission process. The channels are coated with niobium carbide, a material which resists the corrosion that would occur if the hot hydrogen were allowed to come into direct contact with the hot graphite. The hydrogen is stored in a liquid state to achieve the lowest possible volume. The flight model will use about 1/3 of a million gallons for a 30-minute firing. To start the engine, the cold liquid hydrogen at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit moves through a pump down to the nozzle, through internal passages in the nozzle walls, and back up inside the reactor pressure shell and reflector. This cools the nozzle, the reactor shell, and the reflector, and at the same time warms the hydrogen. The hydrogen then passes through the hot fuel elements where it is heated to about 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. From there, it is expanded through the nozzle to provide thrust. The bleed line carries some of the hot hydrogen back to drive the turbo pump. The whole engine system is amazingly compact for a nuclear power source. The reactor works through fission of uranium-235, which constantly emits nuclear particles called neutrons. When reflected back toward the reactor, these particles will set up a chain reaction, generating terrific heat. The heat is controlled by rotating rods installed in the beryllium reflector around the reactor. The rods are also made of beryllium, but one side is coated with boron, which absorbs neutrons. Initially, the rods are turned so the boron side is toward the fuel elements, and sufficient neutrons are absorbed to prevent nuclear fission from starting. Beryllium reflects neutrons. By turning the beryllium side toward the elements, a point is reached where sufficient neutrons are reflected for fission to begin. The amount of heat produced depends upon the position of the rods. Heat increases as more of the beryllium side turns toward the core. When the desired rate of heat production is reached, the rods are turned back to stabilize it. Heat decreases as the rods are turned back. When the boron side absorbs enough neutrons to halt the fission process, heat is no longer generated. These rods can be operated by remote control.
Test facilities for engine components were built near Sacramento, California. The problem? Get adequate performance with minimum weight. The pump must move huge quantities of liquid hydrogen under pressure at minus 420 degrees Fahrenheit, while the hydrogen-cooled nozzle must expand high-pressure gaseous hydrogen at 4,000 degrees to low pressure. The reactor was designed to meet the structural requirements of ground handling, launch, and spaceflight. In a late 1965 test, it operated intermittently for an hour, including 16 minutes at full power. But in that test, as in all reactor tests before it, the hydrogen had been forced through the reactor by test stand pumping facilities instead of its own turbine-driven pump. In early 1966, the new technology reactor and the chief engine components, including the turbo pump, were assembled for test. It was called a breadboard because they were not arranged as they would be in an actual engine. It would be the first self-starting test, and it was a vital step in the nuclear propulsion concept. This engine test model started perfectly and increased to full power, proving that a nuclear rocket could be started by its own pump. During a 2-month period, it was started and stopped 10 times and operated at different power levels for a total of 110 minutes, 28 minutes at full power. Technology had now advanced to the point where performance limits could be extended. Work was already underway to increase reactor power and operating time. In February 1967, this reactor, the Phoebus 1B, was operated at a power level roughly equivalent to 75,000 pounds of thrust. And in December 1967, this reactor, the NRX A6, was operated at full power for an hour. Also in 1967, a new test stand was completed that would permit a test engine to be fired nozzle down into a vacuum chamber below, at least partially simulating the space environment. In early 1968, the first ground test engine was mounted in the new stand. Its success was a new milestone along the long road leading to a flight engine. Heavy shielding was used in this test engine to protect some of the components from intense radiation. In flight engines, all components will be radiation hardened and less shielding will be needed. These tests will complete the technology for a nuclear rocket engine for application to space missions of the late 1970s and beyond. Its thrust will be approximately 75,000 pounds. For missions that require higher thrust, 2 or more of these engines may be used in a single stage, or several engine stages may be assembled side by side. This versatility will give us the capability to perform a variety of advanced missions.
Someday, a manned trip to Mars and return may become the mission assignment. Exactly how it would be carried out depends upon a number of factors. But here is one way it might be done with nuclear rocket propulsion, using the technology developed for earlier missions. Using several Saturn V launch vehicles, components of the huge spacecraft would be placed into Earth orbit and assembled. Separate nuclear stages might be provided for each major step of the mission. The first stage might consist of 3 clustered rockets for departure from Earth orbit. 2 other nuclear stages consisting of 1 engine each would be used in the vicinity of Mars. The first stage cluster fires to accelerate the spacecraft to the velocity needed to get to Mars in the time that was decided upon, say 200 days. At burnout, the first stage cluster is jettisoned and goes into orbit around the sun. Mid-course correction is made by chemical rockets. About 200 days later, the space vehicle approaches Mars. There it is slowed down by a single nuclear rocket and enters an orbit around the planet. The used second stage is put into a higher Mars orbit than the space vehicle. A chemically powered module departs for the planet's surface. For the first time, men from Earth will set foot on another planet. For the return trip, the module is lifted by chemical power back into a Mars orbit, where it docks with the main space vehicle. The men transfer to the main craft and jettison the module, leaving it in an orbit around Mars. A third nuclear rocket accelerates the vehicle for the return trip. And it is jettisoned. Again, mid-course correction is made chemically. Just before reaching the vicinity of Earth, the crew transfers to a re-entry vehicle and jettisons the large spacecraft. Chemical rockets slow down the vehicle to re-entry speed, and they are jettisoned. After deceleration through the atmosphere, the re-entry vehicle returns to the Earth's surface by parachute. A trip to Mars and back, for centuries a dream of earthbound men, is now much closer to reality. Of course, there are many, many other problems to be solved before such advanced space missions can be attempted. Life support systems for extended space journeys, more accurate space navigation, communication systems, power supplies, and so forth. But any successful advanced mission must begin with propulsion, the power to get there and back. Lower overall weight, larger payloads, shorter travel time. These are the chief advantages of nuclear propulsion. The technology needed to build a nuclear rocket is well advanced. It will be available when this nation determines its next great objective in space.
Yep, we're getting back to it now. They restarted the Nova program in 2018, guys. Yeah, so we're getting back to it. It will happen. Yeah. So we got something in the mail from John here. I thought you guys would probably want to see it. Check this out. Newport News. Frickin' CVN 79, Kennedy. And then another Enterprise CV6, CVN 65, and then CVN 80 right there. These are cool, man. It's really nice coins, John. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Those are builders' coins from the yard. That's cool. That was all from your wife. Well, please thank the missus if you could. If you could. So, all right. Let's see. What's in the SPAC news today? All right. Okay. All right, I've got a little bit of linkies there. Linky winkies. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. All right, so I said the first thing that I would do is to see Adino signs pictures from the Wings Over Air and Space Museum in Denver. So let's go and take a look. What do we have here? Tintin, nice. All right, Got a B-52. Wow, 005. That's an old B-52. That's an old B-50. Wait, really old. I've seen serial number 3 and serial number 8. All right, what do we got in here? What do we got? Hey, I like this part right here. This part's pretty sweet. Yeah, that part's pretty cool. What else we got? DC-3 model. Hey, an A6. Cool. Ooh, LR-87. Very nice. Yeah, it's an awesome plane. Is that a first or second model? Is that the first or second model after they replaced the tandem seats? I'm not sure, Jock. I think it's the second. That's actually how the Titan. Ooh, Titan 4 parts. Yes. Yeah, that actually might be an LR91. Yeah, it might be because the LR87 is right there, but it doesn't look like it has a nozzle on one side. Hey. Have you made a Tomcat? Yeah, many times. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh. I've hugged one of those, you know. Oh, cool. Yo. All right. What else we got? Nice. Jepson maps. Nice. Oh, look at this thing. Look at this forward air controller plane. Cool. Have you slept in one? A rocket engine? No, I hug. F4, my favorite. F4. It's big, isn't it? Big plane. Very big. Bigger than you think. I was on camera, Roadrunners. I had to, you know, keep it safe for work. UH-1. Do you hear that? Bow now, bow now, bow now, bow now, bow down now, bow now, bow now, bow now. M16, is that an A2? No, it's an A1, 20 round mag. M16 A1 up there. Yeah, that's all right. Period correct equipment. It's got a Tweety bird. Nice. This is great, dude. This is a great museum. Whoa, an F-105. Cool. And then an F-104 right next to it. Yeah. I mean, Toasted, the idea was that if you could just go faster than the missiles, then you don't have to worry about missiles. But if you get in a dogfight, you're pretty screwed. Yeah. They thought, oh, no matter. I'll just go faster than everybody else. Turns out a MiG-21 is just as fast. Whoops. Ooh, flat fender. Nice, nice. I don't know what that plane is. I don't know. A B-18? What the hell? What did you do to it? Oh, it's based off of the DC-2. Okay. It was redeveloped to replace the B-10. Okay. It's so funny looking. That's, yeah. All right. Oh. Well then. F-111? No. That's not an F-111. It might... It was a model? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. It's a yeah. Hey, I know that one. Yep, there's a reheater right there. Okay. At least I'm pretty sure that's what that is. As long as it puts warheads on foreheads, I don't care how it looks. Is this a... No, I think that's a... It's a Sukhoi, I think. Yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, you were there. You read the damn thing, so... No. It's not a Frogfoot. It's not an Su-25. Maybe a 24? No, that has 2 engines in the back. A Flogger? Yeah. Oh, okay, it is 23. I thought the 23 had 2 engines in the back. No, MiG-23. What's that doing there? Wait, let me look at the symbols on it. Oh, Poland? That's Poland. Polish? It's a MiG-28, guys. It's not. It's one of those guys. MiG-23. Yeah. Yeah. There's better MiGs. There's better MiGs. Like I said, the MiG-21 is when you just absolutely have to go faster than everyone else. See that? Yeah, I like that. The MiG-23 kind of doesn't do anything for me. Polish had a wire red checkerboard. So yeah, I'm wondering where they got that from. Where did they get this MiG from? I toured the Hornet last month and we got a special look at the CIC, and the guide lit up the grease boards for us. That's cool. Plus, the ones that got wrecked. I don't know whose symbol that is. It looks like it's been painted over. I don't think it's South Korea. I don't think South Korea used MiG-23s. A certain space guy might disagree about which MiG. I mean, 29's a good plane. There's no such thing as a good MiG. Based turkey baster. Mock up a Dream Chaser right there. Sierra Space. Cool. F-86 back there. I don't know what that plane is in the back. 54-293. Oh. Yo, you know, this is a pretty good selection. This is a pretty good selection here. Hi. This is a great museum. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say I don't recognize that because it's homemade. Get the 250 going to VFT this place. What the hell is that doing there? How did they get one of those? How did they get one of those? How did they have a B-1? Now that's a fine aircraft right there. That is a, yeah. Oh, dude, that's rare. Very rare. B-1A. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not a B-1B. That's a B-1A. That's even more. Dude, they didn't make many of those. That MiG was from Peru, I think. All right. That's a B-1A. The B-1A is better. Like, way better. Because, so, they had the XB-70, the Air Force, right? And then they switched to the B-1 in the 70s. Because the XB-70, they got rid of it. They switched to the B-1, and they had the B-1A in the 70s. And the B-1A was nuts. It was just, it was ridiculous. It went, like, way faster than what anybody ever needed, right? And then I think Jimmy Carter got elected in 76 and he canceled the program. And then Reagan in 1980 said that was dumb and then brought it back, but they redesigned a couple of things. So they brought the B-1 program. The B-1 program was canceled and they brought it back 4 years later. It's actually pretty rad. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. B-1As are nuts, dude. They were way faster than the B-1Bs. Look, 1,500 miles an hour, guys. That's close. That's approaching Mach 2. This is a bomber. This thing is like B-1s are huge. They're a gigantic plane. It's like as big as a Concorde almost. What do you make of the fun fact? I can't really see what the fun fact says. It compressed the image. And it is meant to fly under 1,000 feet. Yep, only 4 were built. Yeah, they're super rare. Yeah, Kunkai, I think that's what it says. It is rumored that when the engines were removed from this aircraft, at Wings Over the Rockies Air and Space Museum, an Air Force video was... It was said that when it was donated by the Air Force and the engines were removed, it is rumored that the Air Force filled it with sand to keep the gross weight the same. Huh. The B-1 was canceled because the B-2 was under development. Reagan said he would restart the B-1 program on the campaign trail, not knowing of the B-2 program. Oh, man. I don't understand why, though. Oh, yeah. No, I've heard of this. But I heard of this, but I forget why. Yeah. They're super rare airplanes, though. B-1As are cool, man. Way faster. That thing was designed to fly in under the radar, Mach 2 at low altitude, and drop that thing, and then just fly away. It flies under the radar so you can't see it. The Soviets were so worried about it that I think the MiG-25 had a downward-facing radar to try and find the B-2s, or the B-1s, if I'm remembering right. Yeah. They were so worried about that this bomber could just fly under their radar and they wouldn't be able to detect it. So they took them, I think it was a MiG-25, and they gave it or 23 or 25, they gave it a downward-facing radar. Now think about that for a second. Interceptors. MiGs are not fighter planes, okay? They're not. Maybe the MiG-29. MiGs are interceptors, okay? That's very important to understand. What's the difference? Interceptors are designed to intercept incoming bombers. They can dogfight, but they're designed to shoot down bombers because the Soviets were worried about getting the trash bombed out of them. Probably a good thing to worry about. So, how weird is it that an interceptor had a downward-facing radar? Downward-facing radars are something that bomber planes use, right, to figure out where you are. So they put a downward-facing radar on an interceptor to try, because they were worried about the B-1. They were worried it could pen their defenses. It's a Bulgarian Air Force MiG-23. Cool, Toasted. There you go. Yeah, that thing was designed to get in under the radar, drop that thing, and get out real fast. And it is a mother of a plane. The thing's friggin' huge. Yeah, see, they got 3 swing wings all right next to each other. The B-1, an F-111, and an F-14. Have you made a B-1 in Kerbal? Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, pretty much, John, yeah. Cool. This is a good little museum. F-105 over there. F-106, I think. F-4. Huey. I love how they put him in... They put him in, like, Vietnam era, like, everything is, like, period correct for, like, the backdrop for it and stuff, so it looks like it's on the tarmac in, like, Da Nang. Yes. The Incom T-65. The T-65 X-Wing. Incom Corporation. Incom Corporation started as a contractor for the Galactic Empire. Yeah. And it turns out that Incom Corporation built the X-Wing as a response from an RFP for the Empire for a superiority starship fighter. True story. But the plans got leaked to the rebels, right? The plans from Incom Corporation got leaked very suspiciously by the rebels to the Rebel Alliance, right? And what happened was that the Empire, noticing that Incom Corporation had a leak on their new space fighter, basically tried to tank the entire corporation, and then Incom promptly gave the rest of the plans to the rebels. And that's why the rebels have X-Wings. The Empire later contracted the Kuat drive yards for the twin ion engine fighter, or TIE fighter. Yep. That's how you got X-Wing versus TIE fighter. Yeah. Yeah, you can go read the expanded universe. That's exactly what happened if you think I'm pulling that one out of my tail. In the lore. The Death Star was an inside job. I mean, it was. Krennic. Of course it was. Did you ever watch Rogue One? That's pre-Disney lore. Yes, of course, pre-Disney lore. Don't insult me like that again. Nebulon B frigates are the stolen Imperial design. They did a lot of things. They stole a lot of things, yeah. Say's the one that was supposed to stay inside of the CSM. I forget, Flykin. Well, thanks for reacting to it and share it with chat. Of course. I'm inspired to go to the Pima Museum. Oh, Pima's nuts. Wow. Wow. That's a good little museum, dude. The explosion of the Death Star is an inside job to blame the rebel. Well, that's... Alright. Now, for the rest of space news, or for more space news, we have our daily dose of cursed rockets here. What is this? This is a cursed surface? What was Ares 4 launching an exploration upper stage wet surface laboratory. That's in... Alright. Huh. U.S. lander. Yeah, not a bad idea. What was the little white plane parked under the B-1? Okay, Spider-Man. Alright, get out of my face. I don't know. Let me take a look. I don't know what those are. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what that is. That's a re-entry vehicle. That's a big boomer. It's an EUS, but it's a base. Zay, I told a, did I tell you I told a guy that was working on the EUS one time? Like, there's a guy that watches the stream that works on the EUS. He doesn't come in very much because he's really busy. But I was like, I asked him one time, I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about using just using the EUS as a lander? And the guy was like, no. It's a good idea. I'll be right back. And then I never heard anything about it after that. I've seen the guy since, but every time I see him, I always forget to ask about that. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, these were linked yesterday. I thought you guys might want to see them. They're old Atlas pictures off of Flickr here. I forget who linked this, but it's the San Diego Air and Space Museum repository of Atlas images, that's Slick 36. That's pad that Blue Origin is using right now. That's an Atlas Centaur. Atlas Agena right there. That's an SM65. That's got to be Vandenberg if they're testing an ICBM. Let's read. 576A2, Vandenberg. Yeah. See last for ultimate cursed idea. Cursed idea, put a Delta 4 upper stage on top of Ares 4. Yep. Slick 36, that's another Atlas Centaur right there. These are really nice pictures. Titan. That's Titan Centaur. Nice. More Atlas Centaur. More Atlas Centaur. This is a lot of pictures.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
That was me, Silo. You linked it yesterday? Yeah, I'm looking at all these pictures from Atlas. Ooh. Transducer. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at some of these pictures. Nice shirt, dude. Whoa. Oh. I know what this is. I know what it is. Bonus points if you know where it is. Trud, 39 months. Bonus points if you know where it is. That's Vandenberg. Which pad? There is way more pads at Vandenberg than just Slick 3, Slick 4, Slick 6, Slick 2. There is way more pads than that. It's not Slick 6. No, the one that launches stuff. How'd you know? Yep. PALC 2-3. Yep. ICBM for Atlas. It's an Atlas ICBM pad, fellas. Whoa. Shake hands with danger. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, nice car. But also, nice rocket. Hey, nice rocket. Yep, that's the trailer that they used to move Atlases on. Ooh, wow, avionics. That's a super rare. Yeah, you don't see many pictures of avionics because ITAR. Yeah, there's your avionics packages. Look at pressure vessels, non-carbon overwrap. They're just pressure vessels. Speaking of, why is Vandenberg such a big base? Why was it chosen to be there? I can show you in a second. You have cursed me. I now own Railroads Online. Yeah, look at all this. Where is this? Air Force Pad 37. I can show you where all this is in a moment. Dude, nice. Nice Chevy. Look at that thing. 57. Yeah, look at the fins. 57. Old news, but it's your first time hearing about it. Oh, yeah. Icon. Yeah. Those are cool, Unprod. Yeah. 3D printed, huh? Oh. Well, that's not ideal. That's still not ideal. Yep, that's not good. They're installing a deflector there. What was that? Oh, Coke machine. Whoa, I don't even know what this is. Site 551, chart room interior date. So, guys, Vandenberg became a thing, and the reason why Vandenberg is... I know what that is. That ain't no elevator. I mean, it is an elevator, but it's not an elevator for people. So, why did Vandenberg end up getting so big? In the early 60s, Cape Canaveral was where everyone tested their missiles. That's why Missile Row exists. The Air Force was testing everything there. They launched a Thor Delta in 1962 on a polar trajectory out of the Cape, similar to the one that Falcon 9 flies right now. An upper stage crashed and crash landed in Cuba and killed a farmer's cow in Cuba in 1960? Yeah, not ideal. So they said no more polar launches out of the Cape. Until very recently, right? Until Falcon 9, right? But you need a launch site where you can launch into a polar orbit, so you could put spy satellites up there and signals intelligence satellites and all the other fun stuff. So the Air Force said, all right, well, we can keep testing stuff here, but we'll also build more launch sites in Vandenberg for testing more ICBMs. Holy cow. Poor cow. Yep. Wait, octagonal square. That's an Atlas. It's either an Atlas or a Titan missile silo. I'd have to look. It's a missile silo. I know that's a missile silo. Early ICBMs, that like missile silos, early ones, had the rocket on an elevator. And the rocket was on an elevator, and it lifted it up out of the silo. And at the bottom of the elevator, they had a hold down, or at the elevator, they had a hold down point for the rocket, and then a flame deflector. And it lifted it up out of the ground. And then they fired it. Think about the ridiculousness of lifting a fully fueled rocket out of a missile silo. Yeah, but that was the best way that they thought. That was the way that they thought would be the best, right? I don't know, Sile. I don't know what that was for. Yeah, and doing it in haste. You have about 15 minutes before you are turned to glass. So they came up with the idea of hot firing. What's called hot firing the rockets, basically having the missile go off while it's inside of the silo and put flame deflectors in the silo. Early ICBMs, so like even Soviet ones, the R-7, Atlas missiles, so Atlas D, Atlas F, Titan 1, they lifted them up out of the silo. And then they launched them. That's the silo with the elevator in it. Yeah, 551. Yep. Hey, nice truck over there. That's my truck. That's a 59. Oh, see, there's a silo. Let me see. Yeah, Atlas. That's an Atlas silo. So Atlas had two kind of cylinders going into the ground. You had a cylinder for the explodey thing that comes out, and then you had the control levels. You can always tell an Atlas silo because it has a huge concrete pillar in the center. Different architecture than Titan, to be honest. You should check out a book called Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged. Is that Ayn Rand? I think. I know the book, I think. Yeah, Ayn Rand. Brave New World is a good book. You ever read that one? Very weird to read. Yep, there's your two silos right there. See it? Actually, that's a Chevy. But the other truck was a step side. That's a fleet side. That truck would actually be worth some money nowadays. Everybody likes old Chevy trucks, but I like all old trucks. So, hey, so check this out. That's a mass simulator, a pathfinding mass simulator for Atlas missiles. They designed Atlas missiles to be able to be flown everywhere because think about the logistics here, right? You don't want to move these things around on the highway. It's a rocket. Now nowadays it's kind of not a big deal, but you didn't want to move stuff around on the highway, so the Air Force flew them around and landed them, and then they trucked them to the closest. They landed them at the airport that was closest to the ICBM silos, and then they trucked them out on a little cart like this. But the cart actually fits in the transporter actually fits inside of the airplane. They designed this airplane. I forget the name of that one. They designed that plane to fit an Atlas missile in it. That's solely why it was designed. It's not a C-130. I forget what it's called. Modern Centaur avionics are visible here. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't blur that image out. They usually blur the heck out of the avionics, but... Hey, human. It's not a C-130S. It's something that came before it. C-121 or 120 or something. All right. So, dude, they tried to figure out everything. They tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to not, like, have the rocket hot fire in the silo, because if you hot fire a rocket, and I mean, think about that for a second. You know, think about how sound suppressors work and flame trenches work. Do you really want the flames from the rocket engine going up around the missile? So they tried to figure out everything. So, like, Atlas D, Atlas D, Atlas D's. I think it was either that or Atlas F. I think Atlas D came up on the elevator, and then they had a coffin-style ICBM base where they rolled that trailer into like a concrete bunker, and the concrete bunker had doors that open up like that, and the missile comes out of its coffin. It looks like coming out of the coffin, so whoop, and then they launch it. I think that's an Atlas D, an Atlas E, and F, if I'm remembering right. C-133? Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm trying to see, I want to guess. I'm trying to guess the silo by the construction. I've been trying to read up on this a lot lately, just because it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. Let's see. 549-1, construction 1960. Interesting. E. Thanks for the book suggestion. That'll be on your list. Brave New World is weird, dude. Yeah, Atlas Shrugged I've never read, so. Hey, a Centaur. Dual engine Centaur. There you go. Stainless steel. But that's a balloon tank. A little bit of a different construction there. That's a buoy. Old school. Guys, that's a helium tank right there. You can tell it's a helium tank because of the way it is. Ground side umbilical. Or ground side connector, I think. I can't tell if that's actually Atlas or Centaur. You're into dystopian things? I mean, have you read 1984 by George Orwell? It's a pretty fricked up book, if I do say so myself. Yeah, this is all Atlas first stage stuff. There's an engine inside of that nacelle. And funny story, it pops off. They jettison the engines. They jettisoned 2 out of the 3 engines on the early Atlas missile designs. Yep, there's your coffin. Yeah, that's a coffin style. That's the coffin style missile. The coffin style missile silo. See, there's your blast doors. You roll that trailer in, and the trailer attaches to a flame deflector, and it becomes the pad. Yeah, really cool, actually. course I read that. All right, cool. Ah. What is this? It's got a... I don't know what this one is. It's 548. Locks Pit. Atlas. Again. Oh, yeah. Dude, this is really interesting. These archives are sweet, dude. Oh, yeah, look at all that. Word. Yeah, there's a Atlas missile test. That's Vandenberg again. Actually, that one might be Florida. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, that's Florida. I think. Missile 4A, Pad 14. Florida. Cool. That's Pad 14 before they converted it to Mercury Atlas. That's really cool. Really awesome picture, actually. Test tank. Yep. Dude, how many pictures are in this dang archive? I could look at this for days. Oh, cruise missile. Yep. Yep. I once watched a video series about someone who renovated an old silo. It was filled with dirt, groundwater, and mountains of rusty stuff. I wish I would own that. Yeah, it's most likely a Titan II. If it's filled with dirt, it's a Titan II silo. The reason is because they blew up all the Titan missile silos. They blew up all the Titan missile silos to show that the Russians, we were disarming our nukes. Yeah, they blew them all up. So here, let me show you. There's all kinds of good stuff over at Vandenberg here. Vandenberg, you know, the pads that we hear the most about at Vandenberg are Slick 2, which is Firefly, Slick 3, which is Atlas 5, Slick 4, which is Falcon, and Slick 6, which is Delta. Check this out. So that's 2 is over here, I think. There's 3, there's 4, there's 6 right there. Right? These are the orbital rockets. But Vandenberg has a lot of other pads. There's a lot of pads out here. They're all over the place. There's 2 right there. That's Slick 2. Slick 6 was the shuttle pad. They actually extended the runway during the shuttle program. It's a 15,000 foot runway. 5,000 meters for the metric folks. But if you go up and over here, up into this hillside, there is ICBM silos everywhere. They use them for testing. They launch them every once in a while. They don't say when they're doing it. But even there's early missile pads out here, like Titan missile silos and stuff. The Titan stuff is pretty easy to spot. I know because we have reference. But, yeah, they're out here somewhere. I mean, see all these little guys right here? That's all for testing the boomies. I'm not sure what that one's for. It's cordoned off, though. What's RRO? Railroads Online. Yeah, see? There's all kinds of stuff out here. Yeah, but they ended up building all this stuff out here, and Vandenberg is like all of this right here. And then it goes down here like that, and then it goes all the way over here. Vandenberg is like that because of ICBMs. They wanted to do the test. They don't want anybody near the rockets. I mean, and it goes all the way. Those pads go all the way out here. That's a long way. It's a big base. I've been on it before. I was there during Route 154. And then there's Building 330, which Relativity made their pad. Yep. I'm not sure exactly where that is, but... What is this? It's the building south of Slick 6. Wow. So, Saturn 1B inside of the VAB. So, this has to be in the early 70s. They didn't launch one of these from... They didn't launch a Saturn 1B from Complex 39 until, like, what was it, 72, 73, somewhere around there? I would say 73. Because... Well, I don't know. It really depends. This could be part of that rocket, or this could be an Apollo mission. I really don't know. Let's read. Crossover programs in the VAB. Apollo 17 spacecraft, which is ready for stacking in elements of Skylab. 72. Okay. I was off by 1. Cool. Alright. The building south of Slick 6? Which one, Thomas? This guy right here? We've talked about that one before, right? It's that one. Personally, I think New Glenn is going to launch out of Slick 6, but I don't know for sure. We can't... I'm not sure. Like... I think if Blue Origin wants to bid on defense contracts, that you're probably going to want a West Coast launch site. And New Glenn, I mean, Slick 6 is going to be, after Delta stops flying, right? It's going to be open, and it'd be prudent to not pick it up. I think New Glenn will end up flying out of this thing, which is pretty cool. Cool. Neato burrito. Anyway, yeah, that's Vandenberg. Good stuff. I could look through these freaking things, that archive all day, but here, let's get back into the space news here. So this is from yesterday. This is left over from yesterday. I didn't have time to share it. There was some talk about Slick 6 going to blue before Omega got it. Yeah. So, Vega... Oh, we got a test on Vega's upper stage there. Successful test of the M10 engine by Avio Group. Liquid oxygen methane upper stage for the ESA's Vega E. More payload, less cost. Nice. Very nice, eh? That's pretty cool. Alright. What else we got here? Oh, this footage. Yeah. So, this is coming out of China, right? Deep Blue Aerospace yesterday conducted a 1-kilometer level launch and landing vertical takeoff, vertical landing test with its Nebula M test article as part of the development of the Nebula 1 reusable orbital vehicle. All right, let's see what we got. That's a little fast. That's a little fast. That's a little fast. We were saying something about 1984 earlier. Yeah, that thing's junk. It exploded. Yeah, it blew up. Yeah. Yeah, that thing's... It's coming down way too fast. Why slow down the rocket if you could slow down the video? Yeah. Commies, Chem. What can I say? Oh yeah, that thing's broken. Yeah, that's definitely broken. Yeah, that's definitely broken. Yeah, that's definitely. They failed even at. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Master. Yeah. Nice test location too, between some houses. Wait, what? Is that a farm, right? I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. These are all farms, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, that thing's broken. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, it's broken. It's very broken. Still an accomplishment, though. Not bad for a first try. Yeah, it's okay. But don't you understand? Like, laser, yeah, it's great for a first try. But see, that's the thing. You don't need to hide it. We know it crashed. Like, you don't need to hide that. Like, old habits die hard, I guess. You know? Like, you just show it crashing. Whatever. It's not a big deal. It's your first try. It's no problem. I find it funny that they're willing to censor even their failures. Like, if they're willing to censor their failures, then... I don't give people the time of day that play stupid games like that. Was it the first try, though? We don't even know that. But clearly, you can't be trusted, you know? Like, clearly, their own actions, they don't even want to share their own actions. They're embarrassed to do it. Like, alright, whatever. Have fun with that. But then again, like, on a side note, you know these guys are good engineers because it did work, right? But yeah, that's a little. You got a little bit of crumbling right there. It did work, and that's good, dude. Maybe some party official said no, don't show that part. You know, who knows? Good for them though. I mean, it worked. I'm pretty sure they're standing in front of it with their flag for, you know. It came down just a little bit too hard. It's pretty damn good for a first attempt, but yeah, why the censorship? I don't understand. We can tell it didn't work. They took the picture before? You think so? You know, like, for all we know, those guys want to tell everybody what they did, you know, but they can't. Which, yeah, no, there's reasons why I don't bother with that space program. Stuff like that, dude. You shouldn't be afraid of failure, especially if it's your first try. Like, but nope, no, we can't fail. We can't be seen failing. Yeah, okay, you know, the type of people that think like that are crazy. Cuckoo. That can't be seen. Hell, oh yeah, your contraption didn't work. Is that gonna offend your precious ego? Like how? All right, whatever. They could have recorded at 60 or 120 FPS, so it's choppy. Yeah, no, it's just, yeah, Kim. You know, you see the games. You see the games that are played. It's funny, huh? Play these games, man. What did I tell you about those games? Okay, fine, play these games. All right. Just making yourself look stupid. Okie dokie. More likely it's to protect their funding source from backing out. Yeah, yeah, that's possible. Maybe. But physics don't lie. You can't cheat the laws of physics. Perhaps the laws of physics cease to exist on your launch pad. Were these magic grits? Anyway. So, next bit of news here. It's all Chinese country for every culture saving face. Yeah. Is it really saving face, though, if we can tell you're lying? If anything, that's worse. Yeah, Warrens, I got you. Anyway, here, next bit of news. So this is coming from Katya Pavlichenko. Dmitry Rogozin reported that a British citizen, Rich Benjamin, I'm not sure if I'm translating the name right, and a Belarusian citizen, Zelupa Alina, were apprehended on Baikonur near Site 112, Energia Buran Processing Complex. That is, what's that guy's name? That guy's a YouTuber. Bald and Bankrupt, I think is what chat told me. I'm not familiar with the channel, but apparently the guy's really cool. Yeah. Apparently that guy's neat. But I did make a joke that he's bald and behind bars. Like, scroll down? Yeah, scroll down. Okay, cool. I can't think of a more stupid way to get into trouble than sneaking on an abandoned guarded complex on the Russian Cosmodrome these days. I'm kind of with Katya on this one. That's probably... I was told this is the travel blogger, and Alina is his friend. The girl's name is Alina Siliupwa. Rogozin posted their IDs at his Telegram channel, but I won't repost them because I'm not sure if it's legal. Huh. It's better to lie and be caught than to be honest about your incompetence. No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. Lying is stupid. Yeah. Because lying to hide your incompetence makes you look more incompetent. Like you think that's the right move, but no, that's the Bush League move. That's what children do. We don't do that here. If something fails in KSP, you guys see it. You know what I mean? Check their previous for context. No, it's S-Master. He's a doofus. I'm not doing that. Next news. So this is Tim Ellis. Tim Ellis is the CEO of Relativity Space. And he says, I just signed a landmark launch mission and development deal. I will be so stoked about announcing it at a later date. Word. Can't wait to hear about it from Tom. Good old Tom right there. That guy's pretty cool. Yeah, Tom's pretty cool. We like Tom. Tom's pretty cool. First customer for Terran R. Yeah, maybe. Read his latest tweets. Lol. Yeah, Tim's cool. Guy's a genius, man. Into the BIOS. Uh-oh. Read his latest tweets. No, not his. Tom's? Today was my first day at SpaceX 20 years ago. Last Sunday, I worked from home because we didn't have a building yet and we weren't called SpaceX yet. We already had the basic architecture of the Falcon 1 rocket figured out. It didn't have a name yet either. Of all the SpaceX engines, Draco is the one that changed the least from my original design. Merlin and Kessel were completely transformed once we got the test data. But Draco looks almost exactly like my first sketch, except for the size and shape of the final injection holes. Tom Mueller is the guy that designed the Merlin engine, and the Kestrel engine, and the Draco engine. I developed the Merlin 1D engine because I wanted attention/S. Elon doesn't want to go to Mars. He started SpaceX just to get attention. Elon doesn't want to reduce carbon emissions. He just started Tesla to get attention. Elon Musk is fighting for attention, not free speech. Yep, okay. This was sarcasm in case anyone was confused. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. All right. Yeah, Hank, it's pretty cool, right? Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking around. Actually, Cursed Rocket, I think you're going to like this one. If we like it, is it really cursed? What does this say? Ugh. Ares 4, but reversed. Oh yeah, 0. It's, yep. Yeah, yeah, okay. Earth departure stage on a BOLE. Oh, I know what it is. That's... You might have some center of pressure problems with this. Hiccup. Yeah, you might have... There might be some center of pressure problems there. Just saying. Yeah. I like Ares 1. I think... I mean... It's Ares 1. It's amazing. It's an amazing launch vehicle. You know, people can say, oh, no, this looks ridiculous. No, it is a... That's a god-tier launch vehicle. Look at this thing. Look at that. It looks great. Oh, man, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool. EJ, stupid question. Is your railroad server running any mods? No. It looks like a corn dog. Yeah, it does, Pig. Yeah. It's so god tier it got canceled. Yeah, it didn't get canceled because it was a bad launch vehicle. It got canceled because it was sabotaged by incompetent people. Yeah, there, I said it. No rants today. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, what are you kidding? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Here, see, look, they even made the launcher for it. Yeah, see, there's the launcher. Yeah, crawler transporter. This is not a Photoshop picture. They made the launcher for it. Ares 1, but a Nerva upper stage. That would be pretty neat. What became of it? It's SLS's mobile launcher. They took apart Ares 1's launcher completely and made it SLS's launcher. Oh boy, I can't wait to learn about Ares 1 again. I'm picking up your sarcasm. Yeah. We could just stop Space News right now, Mars. I mean, I could just stop Space News. There's a couple of other things I wanted to share, but we can just go play Railroads if you want. Now I'm trying to be funny. So switch to train news before Railroads. You should bring back Hearts of Iron, but play the Fallout mod. Maybe. Don't you just love the Ares 1 Journey? Ares 1 Liberty Omega. Yeah, Ares 1 was the best, and then we swapped it for Liberty, which was lesser performance. And then Omega's cool, but it's not Ares 1. What is this? Is this a... Oh dear. An AJ 260. It's not enough thrust. You need 4 of them. Yeah, not enough thrust, believe it or not. Something before Railroads. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, that one ain't going nowhere. Alright, let's see what's going on with Starship today. I'll keep Space News brief anyway. The truth of the matter, Mars Resident, is that there ain't much today. This week was already jammed full of space news and launches and stuff. And guess what? Before we get into the Starship stuff, let me show you. On Tuesday, it picks up again. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, this next week's gonna be fun. Gonna be real fun. Yeah. Capstone moved out to the 27th, though. That was supposed to be in here, but it's okay. Actually, oh, now that I'm looking at this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 2 weeks. So the second week is going to be a good time. Wait, 16th. But that one's on a Tuesday. Can you just make that on the 17th, please? Did you see the video of the sea creature breaching next to the dragon recovery? No. Starlink 46 is launching 1073.1. It is likely the originally planned booster for L85. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. That's probably a dolphin, if I had to guess. Here, let's see.
Or incentive for me to jump off of anything into a dark ocean.
But it's a little night swim.
Yeah, not in my brain. But that individual that you see there, they're currently...
Dolphin.
They're currently...
Yeah, dolphin. Yeah, it's a dolphin. Cool. Nah, it's a monster. Oh, okay, it's aliens. Sure, aliens. That's what you wanted to hear, right? It's aliens. It's a dolphin. They talked about the dolphin swimming around with them when they were going to the recovery zone. True story. Yeah, that happens in Florida. I mean, dolphins are curious creatures. They're freaking mammals, right? Mammals. Yeah, they're smart. They know what's up. They go, human, what are you doing? This is 1073.1, and it was painted to be like a Falcon Heavy side booster, which is interesting. All right, let me see. That's cool, John. Neat. Yeah, dolphins like to go surfing, basically. Dolphins, aliens, same thing. I'm saying to Snowflake, okay. Und he's saying, okay. Und he's up on the leg. And you can quote him. Some video for after the stream. Oh, man. It's like 4 times you've linked that. What's up? Ah, Curious Mark. Yes, you'll be spending time with the ever-popular Mark. I can be very nice. See, that was like 3 movie references in one. Anyway, they are studying how far ahead they are compared to humans in spaceflight. Yeah, they could be spies. Could be spies. Damn dolphin spies. Alright, let's see. So this is the update video from Boca Chica. This is coming from Mary, Nick, and the NSF robots. Coming from our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight. You know the drill. It's your boy, NASA Spaceflight. Sub to that YouTube channel so I can keep putting my crappy crappy content on their nice YouTube videos. The NSF robots. Yeah, the point that DAS's camera is cerebral. Booster 7. Back from the dead. Fractal gifted a sub to Zezmalcius. Nice. Zezmalcius. Good name. Lightning warning at the pad. So the strikes on B7s are empty. The COPVs got moved inside. Inside where? Staples? Inside the tanks? Huh. Internal to the hull. It's inside of the LOX tank now? Huh. Cool. Neato burrito. This is that's the new testing stand that SpaceX is making out of one of the suborbital pads, but yeah, okay. We got domes. They're wind tunneling their position. Interesting. Star Factory construction continues. Yeah, they're building an indoor production facility, a more permanent structure in there. Is Kerbal's scale 1/3 of human scale? 2/3. More or less. 61% is the scale there. Because if you think like an average human, right? Average human's what, like 150 centimeters, Sanchai? Kerbals are 1 meter tall. So, 100. Oh my gosh, what a race. Okay. Notice that the roof of Star Factory is slanted. Slanted? Oh yeah, I see it. It's crowned in the center. Interesting. Average human is 150? Alright. You know what? Here's what we'll do. I'll just say frick the analogy. It's 60% scale. That's right from Rover Dude, one of the developers of the game. It's 60% scale, okay? 60% scale. Frick the analogy. I won't even bother. No. Don't. Won't even bother. Chief, nope. Screw the analogy. Screw me. Just have to come up with numbers off the top of my head. You know, might get stuff wrong from time to no analogy. 60% scale. Nope. Nope. Let it go. You didn't say the magic word. You didn't say the magic word. Nope. You're doing a lot of this. I need you to do this. Zip. Sorry. I'm just having a little bit of fun. You're right. Do you know what time it is? It's time for Dave Rocket to resub at 61 months. Thank you. Ram, bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Ba 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 bum. 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 So that's booster 7. Apparently it had a little bit of damage from one of the last cryo tests that they did. But it they're rolling it out to the pad, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's probably fixed. Yeah, it's probably fixed. Get the frick up! Elon says, get the frick up! Is this how they tested the skydiving maneuver? Yeah? No? It's already back on the launch table. Throw your hands to the, flap your wings to the sky. Elon in the back. At the star bar, what's up? Starship, flap your wings. Yeah. Yeah, I said it, flap your wings. I don't know. Oh man, do I look like I'm good at rapping? Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? Yeah? No? So someone posted a pic of the Catch Tower construction on 39A on Twitter. Pic was taken like 20 meters away from the tower base. Word. We ain't showing it here. Unless it was okay, unless it was good to post. Look at that thing. I don't get it. Tacos? Thomas, what are these? What are these two things on the side here? Enhance. 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 The repress lines? Those don't really look like the repressurization lines. But let's see where they terminate. Hold on. Yeah, maybe they are. Yeah. Yeah. But see, here's the thing, fellas. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, no, they're not. I don't know what those are. I don't know what those things are for. They are symmetrical with the strakes. Because that's the repress line right there. See that? That's the autogenous pressurization line because it's going to the top of the LOX tank. And then that goes all the way up to the top of the methane tank. I don't know what those are. Oh, they're zooming in on it. Sweet. COPV mount rails. Oh. Why they go all the way up? Huh. They go to the top of the strakes. Interesting. Look at all the plumbing down there. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Ah, yes. A field. What's that over yonder? Spaceballs? Oh, shoot. There goes the planet. What is that new bit on the booster? It's metal. But that's not important right now. Yeah, and be always. We have to at least quote Spaceballs once a day. It is a stream about space on the internet. Spaceballs has to be quoted, and doubly when we're covering SpaceX stuff because Elon Musk crowdfunded his tunnel boring company by literally selling flamethrowers. So it is imperative. Yeah. And hats. Yeah. The kids love this one. I still think that when he was on Rogan that one time, and Joe Rogan's like, isn't selling a flamethrower, like, dangerous? And he's like, oh, yeah, no, it's dangerous. I said don't buy this. It's dangerous because it's a flamethrower. And I literally sold out the next day. Do not buy this. It's a flamethrower. Oh, no, it's terribly dangerous. That's pretty funny, man. Oh my god, he crowdfunded the boring company with hats and flamethrowers. Now, if that isn't some Cave Johnson aperture science stuff, I don't know what is. Now, okay, for those people that aren't up on their Half-Life lore or Portal lore, Cave Johnson started aperture science with the money that he made off of selling shower curtains to the Department of Defense during World War II. Yep. True story. It's a roofing torch, not a flamethrower. You're a flamethrower. Yeah, so, yeah, shower curtains. Yeah. Aperture fixtures. Yeah, that's like some Portal stuff happening in real life. That's very weird. I mean, legally covered as base. Yeah, it's not a flamethrower. Excuse me. You're right. NASA Super Gup. Oh, I don't want to see that. With the history lesson on how the rebels got the X-Wing, this stream is now a lore history channel. Oh, dear. Hello. Hello. Oh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can get me through the night. Oh, what? All right. What are those guys doing? Dancing robots. Dude, no way I'd be on that. Oh, wait a minute. Were these tabs here last time? Those weren't there last time. Yeah, they are. Cerebral, yeah. So, fellas, these are this is SpaceX working on their new stealth engine prototype. Oh, no, you know what? It's not stealth. It's Bluetooth. Excuse me. Bluetooth motors. See? You can look at all of them. Game over! SpaceX develops Bluetooth engine. Game over. Who is that? Have we figured out who that is, Mars? Because that channel sucks. Your stealth helicopter is still flying around on the server. Oh, crap. It's going to run out of fuel soon. Game over. Yeah, those taglines. Careful, man. That's nuts. So this was yesterday. They're putting 7 back up on the pad. It's probably going to get used and abused a little bit more now. They're probably using it to prototype pretty much everything on the booster except for the engines. Thomas, what's the status on 8? On booster 8? On booter 8? It's not game over until they control the ship with a PS1 controller. Yeah. Are we still good for 24/7? I don't think 7 is going to fly. I think it is a dynamic testing article. There's closures for Monday through Wednesday for testing. Interesting. It is on hold while they're finishing up 24. Yep. Booster 8 is now like 14 rings stacked with the common bulkhead. High bay is taken up by S24 right now, so stacking is kind of being stopped up. Yep. I mean, they do use Xbox controllers on Virginia-class subs for the periscope. I've heard about that. Huh. Yeah, very nice. Oh, yummy. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to discuss? We're pretty much done. That's all I have for you guys today. We're gonna go mess around with some trains. Yeah, trains. Just gonna get this train kick out of my system, man. Is this real? Check your DMs. I found a thing and I couldn't not buy it. Nice. 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 Did you want to cover the Chinese grasshopper flight? What, how they slowed the footage down at the end to make it not look like it crashed? Yeah, no, I'm good. No, we already covered it, Ingenuber. Unless you got... Why sitting on a Marcus when there's plenty of Herman Millers behind you? Because international cooperation is important. Never mind actually choosing the better chair. International cooperation is important, Mycon, remember? You know, it's almost like we have a really nice capsule and we attached it to a service module that sucks. Yeah, see? There's a lesson learned here. It crashed? Yeah, Ingenuber, they slowed down the footage of it landing. Slow motion to make it seem like it didn't land, and right when it touched down on the ground, they cut the footage stops. So it's... Nah, I'm just dunking on these, just ribbing our European buds just a little bit. The service module is actually good enough for what Orion's designed to do. That's the thing. If we're gonna make like the Orion module get to low lunar or something, the Europeans would be more than adept at being able to do that. But our crappy design gateway and yeah, gateway. Okay, this just popped up in the feed. I have a question. Is Lewis Hamilton wearing the real life version of the sunglasses that you see like go on to people like when it's like Thug Life? Yeah. Yeah. Who dresses like that? Bro, when you're a 7-time world champion, you don't yet. Like, look, not a Hamilton fan, but honestly, he's a 7-time world champion. He can dress however the frick he wants to. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Oh, I don't like the way you dress. Yeah, no, Lewis. I'm pretty sure Lewis does not give a frick. I'll be honest. 7-time world champion. If I was a 7-time Formula 1 world champion, I would just wear whatever I want because frick you. Did you guys hear though? Because the FIA is like, oh, you can't wear jewelry when you're on the track, or you have to have flame retardant underwear. Lewis showed up to a press conference with like 50 rings on his fingers. That's actually really funny. I think that's funny. That makes me laugh. And Seb is wearing a pair of underwear outside of his racing uniform, and he's driving. He drove around like that. Yep. And 3 watches. Yeah, he has like 20 chains, like 30 rings, and like a bunch of bracelets. Funny as hell. That's really funny. I actually dig that. That's hilarious. That's pretty funny, man. Not as much as I like this picture, though. That's a good picture. I like that picture. It's all right. No, he did it as a protest because they're not allowed to wear. The FAA was like, no jewelry on the racetrack, and they're like, all right. Yeah, see, these are, yep, yeah, I like everything. Yeah, this is a good picture. See here, that's what I mean. You know what I'm talking about? You wear whatever you want. Green frigging pants, grass green pants. All right, not everybody can do that. You can't. You certainly can't get away with wearing grass green pants. I can't. No. Not a chance. What are you gonna do? Kick Lewis out? Yeah. What are you gonna say? You can't race? That's why it's funny. That's why it makes me laugh. What are you gonna do? Yeah, we gotta find. You know what? We gotta find the picture. We gotta find the picture. It's pretty. Look at this. That's awesome. That's funny as hell, dude. Frick him. If Hamilton would take the jewelry off his car, it'd be like 2 kilos lighter. Yeah, maybe. That's funny as hell, dude. That's pretty good. That makes me laugh, man. Oh, boy. And Vettel freaking walking around the paddock. Vettel walking around the paddock like this. Yeah, exactly, PY. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's so funny, dude. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good. Underwear. Alright. The first violation carries a fine of 50,000 euros. Second fine is 100,000. The third is 250,000 and possible deduction of championship points. Oh, that's not bad. 50,000 euros is what, like 20 bucks or something? Yeah, that's no big deal. 100,000 is 40 bucks. 250, that, what is that? Look, what is that? What is that, like 75 bucks? Yeah, no problem. Your currency sucks, okay? Sorry. Thank you. Was Grosjean wearing those fireproof boxers in Bahrain? Actually, that's a good question, PY. Who knows? I don't understand how a flame retardant how flame retardant underwear makes a difference when you're wearing a flame retardant race coverall. What do you want double the flame retardant on your crotch? Like what I don't understand the point of that. Worth more than yours? So what? What is yours? Like pesos or something? Why not? Like what? Gotta protect the family jewels. Small things, I guess. It's wrecked. Like I don't understand. Like what's the? I'd be interested to hear the engineering decision behind that, because why does it matter? Or if your underwear are underneath a fire retardant suit, why does it matter? What? So that one part of your body is going to be more fire retardant? Well, the rest of you burns alive? Like, what is that? The Julie is for putting a driver under MRI. They don't want to waste time removing them. Yeah, I agree. That Balxy, I can understand. That I can understand. It's so you don't burn your balls. Oh yeah, well if you get burnt to a crisp in a Formula 1 car, God forbid, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You get burned to a crisp in a Formula 1 car, the rest of you will burn, but your junk will be just fine. That's okay. Okay. It's more worry that heat can make the underwear melt or catch fire inside the suit. It's helicopter parenting, though. Oh, okay. How's that different from like a shirt or something? The hot pants memes would be endless. Nobody likes burnt nuts. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. In case your balls spontaneously combust. Oh, no. No. All right. I'll wear the underwear. That's just because of the comment, not because I'm worried about that, but just to. No, they would rupture first. Oh, well, then we have nothing to worry about, am I right? Just
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Update drivers. Ark, please keep it classy during the day, but also, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my goodness. A lot of underwear has microplastics. When I worked fast food, we had to wear clothing that wouldn't melt if hot oil was spilled on you. It's not the only micro thing your underwear had. Got him! Alright, anyway. Just think microwaving an egg for too long. Oh, update on Rocket Lab recovery. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, that's good, Smarks. We can share this. Update on Rocket Lab recovery. Rocket Lab unfortunately didn't get the helicopter catch, and the booster ended up being dunked in the ocean. So to make sure that, you know, the booster is good, because Peter Beck said that they might refly them soon. To make sure that the booster is ready for another flight, you know, Rocket Lab employed a very tried and tested technique of getting out the saltwater inundation. Thank you, Smirks. Thank you for sharing that space news. That was very much needed. That was very, very much needed. For science. Yep, science. Yep. Now that's Bush League. Around here we use only Evapo-Rust. Synerd, Evapo-Rust is actually really cool. I used that to fix the heater box in the 59, if you guys remember that, when I restored the heater box. And speaking of Rocket Labs, plumes. Oh, hello, baby. Hey. Dude, that's pretty, those are, you know what? Those are pretty crisp. That's a pretty crisp flame for Carolox. That's really good. I mean, it's not going to be the blue that launcher is supposedly going to do, but that is a pretty complete combustion, fellas, because you could see the shock diamonds. You could see them pretty damn clear, actually. That's pretty damn good combustion. But you got to remember, it's not about stoichiometric when you're with rocket engines. A lot of rocket engines run fuel rich for thermal to keep stuff nice and cool. The blue, you from Breaking Bad or what? Yeah, we gotta burn. I mean burn. The rocket engine. Wait, what? Now I'm just wondering what Astra could do with an upper stage Rutherford engine. Well, Astra's competition, so. Did I see your last? No, as I told you, I don't like you. I missed it. Man. Sorry. I wish I had some fire retardant underwear after going to that club and Tamarindo. You didn't like wake up in a bathtub full of ice or something, did you? Oh, they took my freaking kidneys. Oh, they took my kidneys. Come on, Charlie. You're the Banana King. Okay. I think it's time for trains. Must have been burned. Oh. See, is it? See, yeah. That's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kill that. Yeah, see, take this and kill it with fire. Like, kill it with fire. Okay? I don't know how to feel about this. There are parts of this that I really enjoy. There are parts of it that I really don't. You would also need 4 Falcon 9s to do something like this. And they would have to be able to... Those Falcon 9s would have to be rated for a load of the core stage. But... You know what? Okay. Alright. You want Cursed? This almost actually happened, by the way. Yeah. You want Cursed? That almost actually happened. We'll finish up Space News with this. And I know what you're saying. What? What are you talking about? The shuttle forward cargo carrier was almost a thing. That was a proposed design, putting a payload fairing on top of the external tank. Oh, yeah. Actually, that and the shuttle aft cargo carrier. Here, look. The shuttle almost flew with payload fairings. And I contend to say that that probably would have been a cool thing to do. But check this out. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face, that it's actually a really frigging good idea. Here, take a look. They found out from wind tunnel testing from the shuttle that you could literally put a payload fairing on the back, facing backwards on the external tank. And it would actually help with aerodynamics. It would remove the drag from here, so the shuttle would actually fly better on this scent, at least. The aft cargo carrier, I mean, look at these numbers here. 13,000 cubic feet. That's... what is that in metric? 2,000 cubic meters or something? 1,000 cubic meters or whatever? I thought you were going to put up the Pyrios boosters. Screw it, super heavy with an EUS on it. I could get behind that, Synerd, yeah. So, they were actually going to put a payload fairing on the back of the shuttle. Now, why would you need to... All right, what are you going to use that for? What, are you going to have another satellite back there flying upside down? Well, no. The proposed idea, it never happened. The proposed idea was to put an airlock back there. I think you get the point. Yeah. Wet workshop. Take the hydrogen tank on the external tank and make it into a wet workshop, and put with the aft cargo carrier, you have a docking ring back there. Partly looks like your KSP space station. It's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a really cool idea. Yeah. Yeah, there were actually... there are actually proposals of using Space Station Freedom to do that. And basically taking the external tank, right? And holding it on the dual keel space station for fuel. So you had an orbital refueling depot. There were proposals for that. Also, Space Station Freedom had the twin modules next to each other, which was just absolutely freaking amazing. Where's the one with the fuel tanks? There's a render around here somewhere with fuel tanks. But if you're wondering why they wanted to do this dual keel space station thing, basically they would have had a robotic arm that could move around on a track on the rectangular part of this, and also out on the truss segments. You basically had a train, a little tracked vehicle, not a tracked vehicle, but like kind of think like a roller coaster car, right? And it could move around on this thing, and you could put the arm on it. So the idea was that you could use this lower ring right here as a staging area to build transfer vehicles to go out to the moon. And the shuttle could bring all of it up. Yeah. Yeah, that was the idea. What is this? One more cursed rocket. No. Starship is about the size of the shuttle's external tank, okay? So, here's what we do, okay? You take a Starship and you fill the entire thing up with fuel, with hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, and then you have header tanks inside of it that are filled with methane. Okay, still with me? And then you put 2 shuttle SRBs on the side, and then you put the space shuttle on the top. 100% reusable shuttle. Oh, nice picture. I'm just going to file that back here. I'm going to file that one back there for later. I'll file that one back there for later. Just you know. I'm just going to... How heavy is the external tank compared to Starship? I doubt they are 1-to-1. Oh, first of all, that's a napkin math idea, Magnetic. It absolutely won't work. Your aft SRB hold down points are right where Starship's wings are, so that's not going to work. But I don't think they're 1-to-1 at all. And storing two types of cryogenic propellants inside of one pressure vessel inside of another pressure vessel is probably not a good idea. But also, the reason why is because you have such a high pressure differential. Liquid methane, liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen all have different temperatures. Having them all next to each other, they tend to want to equalize out. So it's not even just about mass. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Discovery, go at throttle.
What about super heavy plus external tank with twin SSME clusters doing smart reuse? Maybe. Use the wings as hold down points. Okay, let's play trains. Let's play with some trains. Yeah, we will play. We will play with trains now. What about Falcon Heavy? Two Falcon Heavies strapped to the sides of the Super Heavy booster to act as the boosters for the booster. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't. No. How about? Okay, all right. Let's dial it back a little bit. How about 4